Right, with the release of the Nutrien sales catalogue here in Wagga, great to catch up with a local, Cameron Hart. Hello.
Hello.
Is this your home track, like an official racetrack, or where do you call home?
I call June E home, but yeah, now that June E doesn't really have many meetings, obviously Wagga's been where I've grown up and raced in my, younger years, I guess you could say.
You're related to the Whites. You're actually related to the, Mark Barton's family with Christy and the likes, and the Harts. But Trevor, the Evergreen, how young is Trev?
He's just 70, I think, yeah.
He just loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just loves it. He's been doing it for years and obviously been a top trainer here for decades now, and he's had a lot of apprentices come through, and I'm one of them, and he's definitely taught us everything we know, and very grateful to have him.
Do you enjoy coming back here and driving for him? And you do it quite a bit. It's not like we'll touch on why you are here, but you do it quite a bit. Do you enjoy coming back and, I suppose, giving back to him? Yeah,
definitely. I love it. It's probably my favourite thing to do, to be honest, with the racing side of things, for sure, to come back and drive for Trevor. I probably get more of a thrill winning a race here at Wagga for him than what I do winning Group 1. So, that's probably how much he means to me. And, it's always great to come back and all the family come to the track here at Wagga and watch me race when I come down.
That's outstanding. A different side to see Hart that I suppose a lot of people wouldn't know. It's quite interesting. I interviewed Jack Stockton earlier. He drove his first winner, but he was wrapped tonight. He was actually in a race against you, like driving against you, and he said it was just such a buzz. So there are little things in this sport I think sometimes we don't measure. Yeah,
it's crazy to think about that. I guess, as a kid growing up in the bush, for myself, I'd look up to guys like Chris Alford and Gavin Lang and ones like that, Luke McCarthy, and now that I guess I'm in that position a little bit, not as good as them, but it's good to have kids look up to me, and Jack I've known since he was a little tacker, so to see him out there with me is pretty cool.
He's not that anymore either. I had to look up to him. He's actually shot up, and it was a great story. I think 100-1 was his first winner. So first drive in a race and a winner, and it's 100-1. Like a lot of people never drive a 100-1 winner. He sort of ticked a few boxes in that one go.
Yeah, that's right. He's gone off to a really good start, and he looks like he's got a bright future. Obviously, Jake's a good horseman, and he's a good kid. So hopefully, he does really well.
We've got the future of the industry coming around. They'll be right. As long as we don't take the camera out, we'll be fine. Mate, your year in, I suppose, not necessarily a year in review, but, I haven't seen you since New Zealand. And that, how has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been super. A lot of great support again, and a few big wins. Obviously, New Zealand Cup was probably the highlight of it, to go back-to-back over there. And with a horse like Swayze, I've got a lot of love for that horse. And, that was obviously a big thrill, but all out. Throughout the year was really successful. Nice Chariots of Fire win earlier in the year for our carnival at home, and things like that. It's really good.
What sort of horse is Swayze? Well, everyone talks about horses like Popular Arms and Paleface Adios. He went through Tamora earlier this year, and there's a statue of him and the likes. Like, he just looks like brute. He looks so tough. I don't know. He's one of those horses. We keep saying, they don't make them like they used to. He's a horse that raced at Young. 3 days later, fronts up in the toughest race there is in the Southern Hemisphere, probably the world, actually, and comes out on top.
Yeah, he's probably a bit of a throwback horse, really. Like, he's so tough, but what I love about him is actually, obviously I love what he does on the track, but he's just a beautiful horse off it to work with. He's really friendly, and anyone that goes and visits him in the barn on race day, he's happy to have a pat and sort of snuggle into anyone, but once he's out there, he's just an absolute beast, and I'm just privileged to be involved with him, to be honest. I don't really have to think too much when I'm driving him. It's just full steam ahead and get him up rolling, and he just has a lot of attributes like all the champions do. He just doesn't like to get beat.
He's a lovely horse to drive, like kind, doesn't pull, doesn't hang.
No, he's beautiful. He's just really the finished product. When you get to that level, they nearly have to be, and especially stayers, they've got to be relaxed and to run the 2 miles, and even for him to go over with pretty well no stand practice from 12 months before, when he went over for his first New Zealand Cup, and he stepped away, and he's just such a professional.
What were your thoughts when they said to you, when Jace or Mick or whoever says it to you, that we're going over, we're going to do this, we're going to go to Young? Like, do you hang up the phone and say, what are you doing? Or like, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, originally I didn't really believe Jace, because Jace likes to play games on his mates a little bit, and I thought he might have been just tricking me. But once I knew he was serious, I got really excited. Obviously, probably was a little bit disappointed that we weren't taking him over, but obviously didn't say that. I understood fully why he wasn't going with the Carnival of Cups and the bonuses that were involved there, so thought it was a smart decision. But definitely the butterflies started to come as soon as I knew that we were going back and trying to go back to back, and yeah, very glad we did.
How do you take tomorrow? Young. It was Young, wasn't it? Yeah. That night, how do you take that drive? Do you say, right, I've got to look after you, or you just say, right, let's win this and worry about Addington afterwards?
Yeah, I was probably more on edge for Young than what I was in New Zealand.
And it wasn't easy either.
Yeah, they sort of gave me a little race up the straight, but it was probably just circumstances. I was trying to look after him as much as I could, but it's probably driven against his normal race pattern, which worried me a little bit. I'd try to go pretty well as slow as I could and zip up, and luckily enough, as soon as the horse got near him, he picked up and went to the line on the bit, which was a great result for everyone, and pulled up well. But it's definitely a lot at stake going into the race at Young, and just glad that it all worked out.
And he has pulled up good. I mean, he's gone to the paddock afterwards, but I think he's back in work now. He's got a couple of big missions. Do you get nervous on him, or does he give you that much confidence? Like you say, you get a little bit on edge trying to get him there, but do you get nervous on him before these races and potentially $1 million payday?
Not really, no. He's, like you said, he's very easy to drive, so there's no sort of nerves that way. It just depends on the race, I guess. But when we first took him to New Zealand the first year, I just always felt like we were going to win the race. I don't know, it was just a weird feeling. I just had so much confidence in him, and much like the second time around, I was just a little bit more worried about the preparation, but still, have a lot of faith in Jace. He's just incredible with the horses, and I knew if he thought he could do it, I knew he could, and obviously drove him confidently and got the job done.
Doesn't say a lot, Jace. I don't think to anyone. Like even some of the things he says are pretty guarded, and that. Does he let down away from cameras and away from people? Because I've even seen him out where he's guarded of himself, and that's fine. That's the sort of person he is. But if you get away just the two of you at some stage, and does he let his hair down a little bit and sort of embrace what he is actually achieving? Yeah,
he definitely does. Like you said, he's got just a small circle of mates, and he likes it that way, and probably no one really knows the real Jace. I've been lucky enough that we've spent a lot of time together, and obviously done good business together, but also had a friendship because of that. So I've probably seen the real him, and he's definitely a legend of a bloke, and can't think of anyone better to sort of have all those successful wins with.
I find him good. I mean, me and him, we discussed it. New Zealand, I think it was actually a year even before you did that. He doesn't like interviews. I said, right, we don't do interviews. He goes, done. So there's no ifs and buts. And he's more than happy then to say good day to me, and he's not guarded. He is that sort of person. He doesn't like putting it out there, does he? Yeah,
he doesn't really like the limelight too much. Every now and then he might get on radio and stir things up a little bit just to try and bring a little bit of interest to harness racing and the big races. But he likes just to sort of stick by himself a little bit and just work on his horses, and that's what he loves to do.
And I don't mind it. I think he's consistent. So I think you do a great job. Jack does a great job. So many other people are putting it out there. The messages are getting out there about what he's able to achieve. Cam, I better let you go. These whippersnappers have done a great job. They haven't taken us out, but we have missed one other race. Always appreciate, I could chat to you all day about plenty of it. Enjoy your Christmas. You're having a bit of a Christmas break back here with family too, which I think's so good for you mentally and that. And I would imagine keeps you pretty grounded, because if you got mum and daddy, but you got such a huge family as well, I'm sure they bring you back down a bit. But really do appreciate it, and all the best for Christmas as well, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Same to you. Thanks.
Thanks, mate. Well done, buddy. The Nutrien Equine 2025 yearling sales commence with the Sunshine Stars in Brisbane 23rd of February. Tasmania on the 1st of March, Sydney 9th of March. We then go to Bathurst on the 30th of March and culminate in Melbourne on the 13th of April. Contact the team at nutrienstandardbred.com.au for more details.